And I just want to say thank you so much. Welcome for everyone who is joining us, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. We want to say thank you and we appreciate you for being here. Today, I get the beautiful privilege of introducing SoFeya SahRa Joseph. Did I say your name right?
Joseph, very simple.
Perfect. And she's going to be one of our main stage speakers at our Energy Healing Conference this coming Saturday in St. George, Utah. And I want to do a proper introduction for her today. And then we're going to go ahead and ask her a little bit about her story, how she got into doing what she's doing now. And of course, what her classes and her vendor space is, what it's going to be like at the conference. So, SoFeya is a transformational leader, a teacher, and a founder of Imagined Life, a living practice of embodied identity and conscious creation, a former Olympic level figure skating coach and best-selling author of Choreography of Awakening. She bridges elite performance and spiritual psychology. Her work challenges conventional success and guides individuals into alignment with the sacred blueprint encoded within their lives. So, thank you so much for everyone who's joining us and welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for this beautiful introduction and pronouncing my name correctly and everything.
Yeah, I try. That's
And
beautiful.
I know, like I mentioned, life was also like it's a strange word to pronounce. It's a made-up word, and people like, how do you pronounce that? And you just did it perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you. That is awesome. Well, I'm so excited to have you back. You were part of our conferences years ago, and here you are coming again. And I know it's not too far away from you are where you live because you're based in Vegas. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
That's
So it was really exciting that you were close by, and I was like, my gosh, I can do this again, and
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
beautiful. Mary Henry says, hello from Ireland. Welcome, Mary. We're so glad to have you joining us too. Where is everyone else from that's joining us right now for this beautiful spotlight today? Go ahead and comment below. All right, let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get into this?
This is a crazy story because especially this year because Olympics just ended, right?
Yeah.
So my story in spiritual psychology and imagined life truly began 20 years ago in February. And I was coaching a national champion, US national champion, Sasha Cohen, and she was a contender for a gold medal at the Olympics, and she didn't deal with pressure very well.
Mhm.
And it was my first time coaching someone at the Olympics, and I thought all my life I thought you have to have this awesome technique and you have to have the right psychology and you have to
Mhm.
have the right training, and this is how I was training. And
Mhm.
then when we arrived at the Olympics, everything went completely differently because there was so much pressure that she was dealing with, and we didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. And she cried and cried and cried. So Olympics was not what you see on TV when they sit in the kiss and cry area.
Yeah.
Hi, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be there, right? It was a completely different experience, and there was a lot of crying and kicking and screaming, and very, very challenging time dealing with pressure. And she won the short program, and then she fell twice in the long and got silver. So for many people, it's like, oh my gosh, you coached an Olympic silver medalist? This is so
Mhm.
okay, I'm back. So I thought this was my dream come true because my whole life I was preparing for being an Olympic coach, and I thought, I got it.
Yeah.
And spirit has a way of giving you what you want, but not quite the way you want it. And so all of a sudden, even though I felt like I made it, I didn't get what I want. She didn't perform very well. It wasn't even about getting a second place because getting a second place is not such a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Silver medal at the Olympics, that's like awesome.
Yeah.
But she didn't win the silver medal. She lost the gold medal. She felt twice.
Mhm.
So we were kind of like going home really in a depressed mood and just really being upset. And that's where my journey really started. So
Mhm.
one of the biggest things that happened, and yeah, I know this is like really cool for the Energy Healing Conference,
Mhm.
because when I was working with her on the ice there, and she was kicking and screaming, and there is nothing I could do. I did not have a degree in spiritual psychology at that time. I knew nothing about anything spiritual. It was just plain work.
Mhm.
And I couldn't help her. And then she would call someone in Russia,
Mhm.
some energy guy,
Uh-huh.
and she would talk to him,
Mhm.
and then she would do better.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the heck? Like, what is she doing? I'm a coach here, and she's going to some woo
Yeah.
energy person. I know nothing about it. They're just making stuff up. She just doesn't want to train well.
Mhm.
So I kind of put it aside.
Mhm.
But then things started kind of happening. Like I was having these questions. I enrolled, I went back to school to get a master's degree in sports psychology because I had younger students growing up and I knew that this was my first and last experience like this. That
Mhm.
my next experience going to be completely different, and so I needed to prepare.
Mhm.
So, degree, master's degree in sports psychology was the way to go.
Mhm.
And as I was getting my degree, this book showed up for me.
Mhm.
Some people, some of you might heard of this book. It's called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. Have you heard of that book?
I have, yeah. Mhm.
Well, it kind of related to me because he was an Olympic level gymnast. And so I'm reading this book, and the interesting thing about this book is that he find this teacher who is doing this kind of thing that this guy in Russia was doing for Sasha.
Right.
And I was like, maybe there is some truth to that.
Mhm.
I have to find out. And
Yeah.
so from there, I kind of things just started coming my way
Mhm.
synchronistically. I didn't even know anything about synchronicities,
Mhm.
but soon enough I already knew about synchronicities and everything. Things started unfolding, and I dropped out of the sports psychology program because I was no longer interested in it, and I went pursuing Kundalini yoga, became Kundalini yoga teacher training, and playing gongs and
Mhm.
bowls and all these different things. And eventually, I got to get a degree in spiritual psychology,
Awesome.
master's degree in spiritual psychology, and quit coaching skating. And then I received the revelation, and that revelation was I imagined life.
Mhm.
And that was the method that I was looking for.
Yeah.
How can I help people to embody their higher self and help them live their best life and realize their purpose
Mhm.
and in a different way?
Yeah.
And I imagined life was doing exactly that through a bottle of water,
Cool.
and I'm going to have a table. Though I'm going to be a vendor, not just the speaker, and I'm going to have some water to taste so people can actually come to the table and experience what it's like drinking intention charged water. And those people who are familiar with Dr. Emoto's work, they
Mhm.
will be most excited about this because what he was teaching was kind of like a theory thing, and it's like a really cool thing theoretically. But
Mhm.
now imagine it's no longer a theory and it's how do you say it? Applicable to your own life
Yep.
and how it actually plays out in your own life when you charge water with qualities of your higher self.
Mm.
And every cell of our bodies is conscious, and you begin and not only it's conscious, it's
Mm.
up to 80% water. So you
Wow.
reprogram your consciousness on a cellular level. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like going in this way. Do you drink water?
Oh yeah.
So everyone drinks water.
Oh yeah. I love that. And actually, I was just thinking about it. One of my favorite paperback books is the book by Masaru Emoto, Dr. Masaru Emoto, called The Hidden Messages in Water. And it was one of my very first energy healing books that I kind of got turned on to. It was actually because my brother at the time had a water outlet store. So he did distilled water in Ogden, Utah. And so I got to learn a lot about the water, but I didn't know that if you drink distilled water, it's actually pulls stuff from your bones, right? And so I love that you're doing this with a way that you're like charging the water. It's so beautiful. So yeah, keep sharing more now that you're back. You kind of froze for a minute, so I was just kind of
Thank you. Well, it's kind of, well, there is a lot to it, so it's hard to just, explain it in a moment. But one thing that I would love to share is there is also another teacher who started studying water. So she was also inspired by Dr. Emoto's messages in the water, and she started freezing water. And I don't know if you've heard of her, Veda Austin.
oh, mhm,
So she wrote a book herself, and it was so powerful to see what she has done.
mm,
And this was absolutely mind blowing that she took a seed of sunflower,
mhm,
a seed of sunflower, and put it in the water in a petri dish.
mhm,
And then she froze this water in a petri dish.
mhm,
And the water froze, right,
mhm.
into a picture of the sunflower.
Oh, that is cool. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I have not heard of that because that is wow. Like wow.
So the water interpreted what's encoded in the seed
Wow.
and created sunflower.
Mm,
And you would be like, well, that was just a coincidence.
mhm,
But she repeated that several times.
mm,
And she did it with different seeds, and it would create like a linen seed,
mhm.
and it created linen flower.
Wow.
So, and she has pictures in her book that
Cool.
she took photographs of that.
Mhm.
So the water has not just memory, it has consciousness, it has understanding.
Yes.
And we are made of water. And
Mhm.
so, how many people are experiencing such things like difficulties with changing habits, for example, right? So all the habits are based on our consciousness. So
Mhm.
imagine the implication that you begin transforming consciousness on a cellular level
Yeah.
with the water that understands what you're actually teaching it.
Yeah. I love that.
So it completely just changes everything. And I have so this is, my work is a little bit different from what they are doing, but what they did is the proof that it works.
Yes.
And now my work is actually the practical application because as a skating coach, It's not enough for me to just like read a book about how double axels are done.
Mhm.
Here's, I'll teach you how to do it. Now you can do it.
Mhm.
So that's what it's all about. It's actually about practical application and how it will change your life. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. So how long have you been doing this type of work now?
So I received the revelation of Imagined Life on October 3rd, 2016.
Oh, wow. Mhm.
So this year is going to be 10 years.
Wow.
And
That's
I also, you familiar with San Francisco of Assisi?
what was that?
Are you familiar with San Francis of Assisi?
No.
So he
Some
was a Catholic saint. You
Mhm.
probably, if you're not familiar with San Francis, you're probably familiar with his prayer.
Mm.
Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where
Mm.
there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is uh, doubt, faith. So it's a famous peace prayer.
Mhm.
And so why I'm saying that, because what Imagined Life is doing through water is exactly what this prayer is doing.
Mhm.
And I didn't know anything about St. Francis before, but St. Francis died on October 3rd, 1226,
Mhm.
when he was 45 years old. And I received Imagined Life on October 3rd, 2016, when I was 45 years old.
Oh,
And
wow.
this year it will be his 800th anniversary,
Oh my
and for
goodness.
us, 10 years anniversary. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really cool. I love hearing about the timelines like that. I've always been able to memorize numbers my entire life. And so when you say that kind of a thing, I'm like, "Oh, that really matters to me," you know? I always tease my kids and say, "I don't know if past lives are a thing. I don't know because I'm only me right now. But if they were, I was a mathematician before because I just love math. I love numbers. So, how do you feel about that? Knowing that it was his 800th, did you say 800th birthday? That's cool.
It's mind, the whole thing is mind blowing. Everything just really, truly mind blowing. I don't know how I got to I think I'm back. So I grew up in the Soviet Union,
Hmm.
and so there was like no religions or anything. And I'm not religious. I'm spiritual being, and it was completely oblivious to everything. And even when I coached skating, and this is all arranged. I'm not kidding. This whole thing is arranged.
Mm.
So there is not one thing in my life that I see that wasn't precisely arranged to do what I'm doing.
Wow.
Not starting from the beginning that I was a skater,
Hmm.
then a skating coach. What do you skate on?
Ice. That's true. That's water too.
So it started from that. I coached on ice,
Hmm.
and then ice melted.
Mm.
And so it becomes the flow. And I was coaching my students before knowing any of this.
Mm.
Flow like water.
Yeah.
Flow like water. Because that's just how everything moves. And water is the first element,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah. That's
So
beautiful. Well, have you ever seen the Disney movie called Frozen? Frozen 2 specifically? The whole movie is
oh,
about
the Disney one.
yeah.
Yes, I have. Yes.
I'm a mom of a little girl, and so when we went to see that movie, I turned to my daughter and I said, this whole movie is about energy healing, right?" She goes, "Nah." I said, "Yeah, let's watch this again." So we went back and watched it again, but it's literally about how water holds memory. I mean, everything you're saying is like that movie. Yeah, if y'all haven't watched it, go watch it because it's literally what SoFeya is saying. It's beautiful.
You know what? Maybe I'll rewatch it because I watched it before any of this happened. And
Cool.
sometimes it's like you see things again. It's like I
You
did
see it
not see
differently.
this before.
Yeah. No, it's so cool. I think you'll watch it and go, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I got told to watch this," because it's awesome. But what they did in that movie was they teach children about exactly what you're talking about, but it's done in a storyline so that people can understand it easily. You know what I mean? So I love it. You should watch that now.
I'm totally going to watch it. Yes, 100%. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm like, I remember kind of like the storyline, but I didn't put it together because I
Yeah,
watched it like
yeah,
way, way before. When
yeah.
my daughter was a little girl, actually, so it was more like watching with her rather than like taking it in.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, it's such a good show. I love hearing about what you're doing. So, when you speak, you're going to be speaking at noon on the main stage in the big auditorium. You guys, no matter where you sit in that room, you'll be able to have a really good view. So, even if it's really full, okay. Now, the other thing is you're going to have a vendor space. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about what's going to be happening there?
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of the speaking when I'm presenting, this isn't just going to be a talk. It's
Mhm.
going to be performance. It's
Mhm.
going to be experience because everyone is going to participate, no matter how many people are going to be in the room. Everyone is going to participate in a special thing. I'm not going to tell you what that is,
Mhm.
and you just have to be there
Awesome.
to experience that.
Mhm.
And at my vendor table, I'm going to have water,
Mhm.
and it's going to be charged on a couple of qualities.
Mhm.
So I'm here right now on impeccability. So we have, so imagine life as a coaster and a
Mhm.
water bottle, and the
Cool.
water is being charged on the coaster. So that's
Awesome.
how it actually works. So it's a physical thing. So it's not like something abstract. It's very physical. The bottle is designed in a special way
Mhm.
and is being charged by the qualities of spirit with
Mhm.
magnets and the qualities itself.
Cool.
So I'm going to have uh, bottles and water, and people will be able to choose the quality and taste the water and do the experience of embodying the quality.
Mm.
So stop by
Mm.
to taste it and see. And the craziest thing is that the water tastes different.
Yeah.
It changes the taste. So
Mm.
you get to taste, wow, like bring your own water and see and
Yeah.
compare. And it's not a special water, like I drink basically tap water,
Wow.
but we charge it. And it completely changes how it tastes. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So and they'll be able to get some qualities as souvenirs to take home. And I'm also going to have journals.
Cool.
And these are very special journals. They will come with stickers that are qualities
Mm.
that you can put on different things. Like I have even candles with stickers.
Nice.
But the coolest part with the stickers, we call them ice tickets, because it for a change to become permanent, it must stick to eye. So that's why
Mm.
it's ice ticket. And ice tickets, you can place them on toothpaste,
Mhm.
shampoo,
Mhm.
cream,
Mhm. That's awesome.
into a meditation. So instead of sitting in meditation, imagine you brush your teeth with love or with gratitude or patience, and you in so that's a meditation. So it's no longer just brushing teeth.
Mhm.
So and then we use the journals. It's called Blueprint Mastery Journal because each one
Nice.
of us has a blueprint. We're
Mhm.
made in a certain way, not like the gene code, very different.
Mhm.
And it's a workbook
Mm.
that is based on the law of creation,
Mm.
and the law of creation is actually on the back of the book,
Okay, cool.
and it's designed matching precisely how spirit creates
Hmm.
to work with your own self to release whatever is blocking you from embodying your highest self.
Awesome. Well, we're
So,
excited for this conference. You guys, this is coming up in just a few days. Today is Wednesday. So we're talking like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like just a few days away. And you'll get to come and meet SoFeya and also be able to come and experience her class. And it sounds like it's a whole activation. It doesn't sound like just a lecture or an educational format class. And so you are going to be speaking at noon. So just in case, for those of you who are coming, you can go and grab something from the concession stand. I've asked them to have some healthy options. So you can go ahead and grab some lunch ahead of time and come into our class and enjoy and get to experience that with her. So anything that you'd like to kind of close with here at the end of our session, our time today?
um, I don't know.
I'm so thrilled to have you back. This is going to be amazing. Thank you so much. And oh, you know what? Let's have you share one more thing. Why do you want to be a part of this conference? Like, what was the reason for you as your spiritual, practice, somebody who instructs and teaches and coaches? Like, why were you drawn to our event? What is it about this experience that made you want to come and be a part of it?
Well, the first time I joined, I didn't really know, and a friend of mine said, "You have to talk to Tommy and go and do this conference." And and I did that in 2020.
Mhm.
And I've done a lot of events,
Mhm.
and there is a lot of hype about different events, and it's not really it's saying more than what they actually offer.
Mhm.
And I love that your event is actually doing what it says it's doing.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
So it was wonderful to do it. I haven't done the St. George event, so I have no idea, and I'm excited to see. But people that were in the audience and people that were vendors, which is wonderful, people to connect with, and it was so well organized, and
Thank you.
how you're promoting the event. I just love how you bring your heart into it.
Mhm.
That it's not just something that you do, it's something that you're passionate about.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
so for me, like that's like the key thing.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
connect like I connect with people on that level
Yeah,
when people are like, this is my thing and I'm going to give my life to this.
yeah.
That's how I do it. And I love and I see people that do that. And
Mhm.
that's who I like to be with.
That's amazing. Yeah, I actually, when I started doing the energy healing conferences, I had 7 babies at home. I don't know if you knew this or not. I was pregnant
No.
with my 8th baby when I did my very first energy healing conference, and we had 1,400 people gathered together, literally from all over the world in Little Ogden, Utah. This is so crazy. We went to Weber State University and did it there. And I didn't know how to do it. People would say, "How did you get your degree?" And I'm like, "I don't have a degree. I'm just, following like guidance, intuitively." And then I did a few more conferences out of state actually. And then I had my baby, and I was a homeschool mom at the time, so I was homeschooling my kids, and we had a big garden and animals and everything. Like, we did so much stuff, and I thought I was going to be done, but like I just kept feeling like no, more people need the connection. And it's like a little stepping stone. Each time you learn something new on your path, it just helps you to broaden your horizons and learn new things. And then I get to meet cool people like you. And so now here it's been 12 years. I was 34 years old when I started doing this. And we've done so many conferences now. I think we're about 140, 150, something like that in 12 years. And now that little girl, she's 11 years old. And now I have grandbabies that are being born all this time. But you know what? Like doing these conferences has been so beautiful because I've been able to help other people. But in turn, it's amazing. Like I can feel your heart. You have so much passion for what you do. And it's like this beautiful connection where everybody's all connected and it's this beautiful I think of it like a light connection. Like maybe somebody doesn't have their light turned on all the way, but then they meet you and they get to help to work through what they're experiencing, and then it's like their light turns on. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's awesome. So it's been really rewarding for me, and I'm really grateful that I've gotten to know you a little bit more and get to meet you. And it's like people who come to our conferences, they're pretty intuitive too. And it's like the people who know that they can feel your heart, they'll know to come to your class because there's something there for them. So it's so beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We'll go ahead and let you go, and we'll see you on Saturday.
I can't wait. It's been like 3 weeks just. I have nothing on my schedule except just this to prepare and to bring my best self into it. And it's just perfect that I'm here on impeccability quality.
I love it.
So going to bring it in all together, and I am looking forward to meeting anyone who I'm supposed to meet there. I know that there are no coincidences. Every little thing is like exactly how it's supposed to be at exactly the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel a pull, you have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I follow synchronicities like crazy. Sometimes it's like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I feel it. I don't really want to do that. And the spirit is like, you're going over there. You
Mm-hmm.
sure? Yes. Okay, fine. And I just follow that guidance, and that's how it unfolds. It's absolutely incredible.
That is awesome. I love that. I love people like you who have the courage to just trust, it's like that trust. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you on Saturday. Appreciate you saying.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my gosh, isn't she amazing, you guys? I just have to say, I literally love her so much. I can feel her heart so big. If you're like, I'm curious now, like, what is that? I want to get to know her. The name of her company is Imagined. So let me see if I can find the exact spelling, you guys. I don't want to tell you wrong. I should have probably had her tell me what Imagined Life, I believe is what it is. imaginedlife.com. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. You know what? I'm gonna grab her email and I will put that on this particular in the comments here so that you guys can have it. So if you want to come back to it and look, I found it. imaginedlife.com. When I was putting it in before, it wasn't working, but here it is. I got it. I'm going to put it up here for you guys. So even the people who are watching this on the replay later, you'll be able to go and find her. And it's SoFeya Joseph. You guys, she's so cool. When I've gotten to know her, like, you can feel people through the video, right? But when you come face to face with her, she's got such a big heart. And I just love her so much. So I'm excited because I have considered myself a water snob for quite some time. I know I say that affectionately. Okay. But water is like really important. If you are not drinking water, it's like, oh, right. But the fact that it changes the taste of it, you guys go experience that for yourself. And if you are not going to be someone who can attend the conference live, Here's her website, imaginedlife.com. So please go and check her out. Even if you're watching this, wherever you are in the world, go check her out here. And it says from mystery to mastery. And all of her stuff is listed there. She's just such a beautiful person. I feel really grateful for the opportunity to have her there. A lot of people, when they are, coming to our conference and they're coming to experience this, even if it's for the very first time, just know that there is going to be something there for everyone. You don't have to be there the whole day. So if you have, other things going on in the day, come in the morning or come in the afternoon or stay all day. It's totally fine. Whichever way is totally fine. But just know that there is literally something for everyone. And the other thing I just want to say is, even if you have your kids with you, kids are welcome at this conference, because I find that the younger, like they come and they want to learn about this. They want to learn about crystals. They don't know how to do Reiki. They want to learn how to do Reiki. They don't know. They're curious, they're very open-minded, and I'm grateful for them. So do they have a place at our conference? Absolutely. We do ask for them, obviously, to have an adult with them. It's not like a playground place where they're going to run around or anything like that. But a place of love and light. People can come and find new relationships, new connections, meet new people. Kids love the sound healing. We're going to have a sound healing experience starting right at 9 a.m. And so right from the beginning of the day all the way through, there is something there for everyone. So we look forward to seeing you there. If you have any questions, you can text me. My number is 435-339-0442. And if you would like a ticket, you haven't gotten one yet, we do have, I think, about 14 tickets left that we can do for scholarships. So please go ahead and reach out. If you need one, we'd be happy to send you the link so that we can get your name on the list. Or if you would like to financially support this conference, please be willing to do that if you're willing, if you want to, if you're able to do that. And you can actually just buy a ticket. Right now, they are $11. They will be going up in price later today. But right now, they are still $11 per person. That includes all day of classes and classes and vendors and activities and all kinds of stuff. So here's the link for you to purchase tickets. I mean, it's only $11, right? That's like about the price of a movie nowadays. So it's a great opportunity, but we do appreciate your help in helping us to continue. And just huge thanks for all of our speakers, but especially right now, SoFeya. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this event. All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you Saturday, hopefully. Woohoo! See ya. Bye.